have returned to the Forge, not on a Tuesday, but on a Wednesday, and I am with the amazing Amanda. How are you, Amanda?
Hi, Serge. I'm good. I'm good. How are you today?
I am fantastic, because we're playing StarForged, and we get to have some fun together.
Let's let's do this. And I'd like to give a special shout out to Aaron, who really just decided to call me out last time. So
He just knew that you were going to be perfect for the job of saving everyone's ass from the mess that he made.
all right. So we did the Mummy before, and I did another movie. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got a feeling we're just gonna keep this vibe going. Of I'm just gonna copy. I'm gonna end up ironically making another movie. So I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll ask you at the end of the session what movie you think we made here.
Yes.
Tip your hat down so the folks can see what you're wearing. You got a little alien hat on.
Yeah, I came prepared.
The infamously overpriced alien wear, but nonetheless, you are themed, so I appreciate that. You're going to get 1,000 experience points for that.
Oh, do I get a little bit more because I actually went to Roswell, New Mexico?
Did you
and
really?
Got the hat. Yeah, I got this from Roswell.
Got it. So it's not the terribly overpriced computer brand.
Oh.
It's the genuine Roswell trinket. That's amazing.
This is genuine roadside attraction Roswell hat, and I love it.
I mean, we're playing a science fiction game. I might say that you, Amanda, are the closest Mayday member to experience the extraterrestrial. You might be an expert, perfect for StarForged.
Let's do this. Yes, I'm ready for this. You know it.
All right, let me recap what happened last session. So last session, Aaron made a new character. The tribe just kind of gave up on Nakata. Not good choices overall, and they had her step down or had them step down. And they chose a new guy called Nader. And Nader was growing in popularity amongst the tribesmen and women because he started a religion based around the space whales that they encountered, and apparently gained a little bit of steam and was a priest of this whaleism, I think it was called. The point is that he's really just kind of a sneaky liar and deceiver. He has a 3 in shadow, and he manipulated the tribe into taking over. So we have a little bit of a gray moral character here, and in finally reaching the Stargate, our biggest goal was to leave this sector. The space vampirates caught up with us. If you remember, they were the ones that fell in love with Nakata. Maybe wanted her back, but they were definitely stopping us from escaping this sector. We engaged with them, didn't really do a good job, kind of a little bit of a losing battle, and then things got worse. Coming out of the Stargate were Shark-class jungle ships. The jungle, in the lore of our Forge, is this massive corporation that kind of runs the Forge for the most part, usually shipping and handling of goods across the Forge. And the point is that the Ironlanders are experiments of the jungle. We were in the I forget what it was, the Expanse or the we're in the Expanse now. We're in the Void, which was where the jungle was doing certain experiments, and we were one of them. So the jungle managed to scare off these space vampirates, but we left with them beginning to board our ship. They have kind of frozen our ship in the sense that we can't use the engines or any of the machinery, and they are about to board. Aaron rolled a miss. So I'm going to remind you, we were facing danger, and we rolled a miss. And on a miss, you fail, or a momentary success is undermined by a dire turn of events, and we are meant to pay the price. So, if you want a little help with deciding kind of how this boarding looks like what it looks like, roll a D100.
Let's do that. I do have one request.
Yes, go ahead.
And I know you might be annoyed because I said this right before we went live. I need everyone to know that since I'm in control now, while they're boarding, I am playing Welcome to the Jungle in my head. So it's like, no, welcome to the jungle. That's how they board. You can hear that, that's the stomping, whatever.
Right. I love that.
That's their theme. There you go. So we're rolling a D100. I'm not going to like this. Oh, Lord.
Let's see
Okay.
what you get. It's going to set the tone
I got a 90.
for this boarding. On a 90, you are delayed or put at a disadvantage.
Being boarded is
Yeah, I think it kind
and
of
our
speaks for
engine's
itself.
off.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have absolutely nothing up our sleeve. You know, Aaron had described it last session as like tricking them into boarding us. We don't really even have weapons. I think we lost the space shotgun. We don't have
What?
laser blasters and stuff.
But I got us a bunch of weapons
Yeah,
last time.
I think Allegra lost us that space shotgun.
Ugh,
I'll have to check the
leg.
files. The point is this is no contest, right?
Yeah, we're done.
Describe to me what the soldiers or or who is coming off of these shark class ships boarding us. What does it look like? How are they dressed?
Ooh, okay. Because they are like the shipment of goods, I would like. Damn, I don't know. I think we're gonna get sued, but whatever.
We are not going to
I
get
want
sued.
black and purple
I say.
uniforms.
Black and purple.
Right.
Okay.
Black and purple.
Mm-hmm.
I would also say they got handheld like tricorder things, aka like package scanners. 'Cause
Gotcha.
I'm going to be that. So
Yeah.
they have like these little square rectangular things that they have to hold like that,
Uh-huh.
and that's how they can stun you or they can read up on you.
Gotcha.
And I think because we're getting boarded, yeah, let's go ahead and like, I don't want them like super buffed out or military. I kind of want it more like sleek, like the '60s Star Trek.
Yeah, a little
but
more
like
Star
with that
Trek-y. I love the
Yeah.
idea of them appeering non-threatening, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But they
let's go
control
with
the
that.
entire galaxy, so there's this implication that they're, extremely powerful.
It's that falsity, like, oh, we're your friends. And you're like, no, you're not.
And Parker Woodley pointed out quite astutely in chat that William Shatner went into space today, so of course Star Trek had to come up. So they board the ship. They're all very pleasant and nice. They're scanning everybody and probably freezing them in place.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great. Yeah, they're using them, freezing everybody, kind of scanning everybody, and also they're in it. They're going in and maybe doing inventory of what they have, everything, because they're gonna raid it. They're going to literally probably strip what they can.
Yeah.
And even scan them. They're gonna probably, if there's anything valued, they're gonna make note.
I think what's going to be valuable is that they're going to scan these folks and realize that, oh, this is an experiment that we have out in the void that has somehow escaped its bounds.
Also, KB.
Right, KB.
Do they notice KB or not? That's a good question.
That's a good question. We can find that out. Remind me, is KB unique in the universe? Like, there is not a lot of artificial intelligence of his level?
I'm trying to remember. I think we said that he is, or KB is unique in that way, and also the fact that KB is archaic because they were in. So it's like maybe seeing like the old Windows 97. You're like, whoa.
Thank you, Dice Drop Evolution, for that follow. Yeah. So and you know what? Ghost of Eli brings up a great point that they could just send us back. Like, what? Why do anything other than just return us to the Ironland planet?
Because they want to see the rest of the experiment play out.
All right, there's a lot of dangerous possibilities here, but what I think would happen is that they would probably eventually reach Nader. Nader's probably at the helm of the ship. They come in, they freeze them, they scan them. What would Nader do in this situation to try to gain the upper hand, to try to stall the inevitable of whatever this, much more powerful group of people, whatever they're planning to do with them?
Okay. Nader. I'm thinking him like what is that guy? Littlefinger in Game of Thrones? I'm trying to think like him. I'm trying to think malicious and evil.
Yes.
Yes.
The ladder of chaos.
Yes. Maybe I feel like KB, like maybe he would do something to the ship or have KB download into the other ship.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Here's what I think is part of this is that they board the ship. They might not even know that the ship has artificial intelligence. If you're not expecting it, you might not be looking for it.
I think KB is going to try Because I think at this point, if you got space travel, y'all got Bluetooth at this point. So I think there.
So you're saying they have an
Mater's-
artificial intelligence like detector? Because if they don't, we
That's
could
what's
also
going to take some time.
say it again.
That it may take time. If KB's going to try to get into the ship without being detected, that could be like he's setting it up and. Or maybe he has to, like, like a fob or something, he has to go and insert it into some port in the station itself.
I like that you're kind of giving us the starting point of an adventure, but I think we need to make our first roll here. We miss with facing danger, so they've completely boarded us and taken us over. Either Nader needs to take some kind of action to gain an advantage from these folks, maybe just distracting them long enough for KB to do his thing. I think that's
distracting.
Okay. So Nader is... how is Nader going to distract these guys long enough for KB to transfer?
Okay. So if they come in, he could... Because if he's frozen, he could be... I would say...
Let's say he could talk. Let's say they could, he can still speak.
He's frozen, and he's just like, I'm the leader of these people. What's going on? Who are you? Did you disrespect our space whales? I don't... forgive me. I'm going to get Nader down. I don't have his voice down yet. But he's like, in the name of our space whales, who are you?
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Uh-huh. So he is proselytizing to them, or maybe he's like trying to give them the good word?
Yeah. And he's gonna do something even meaner. I think he'd be like, let us go. If not, I will put a curse on you via space whales who are angels and guardians. You could just literally be ranting and then probably try to do like whale sounds, like that's their version of speaking in tongues. It's like, or something like that.
I think it's distracting. Compelling them, persuading them.
Yes.
But you are, I guess at the heart of it, you're just trying to distract them. I suppose you are facing danger, or you're trying to secure an advantage.
Secure an advantage, I feel.
Yeah, that makes sense. You are deceiving them. You are rolling with shadow. So let's check real quick your skills here. Under Devotant, under the Path of Devotant, when you kind of bring up your deity, you can add +1 to that roll.
Oh, sweet.
So you're going to roll Shadow +1.
Let's do that. Yep. There we go. Shadow +1. Ooh, that's...
I got a good feeling.
I hope so. I want a good...
Okay.
What we got?
A weak hit is a hit.
It's a hit.
Let's see. On a weak hit, you may choose one. You can either take +2 momentum or add 1 to whatever your next move is. That is not a progress move. Now, something I'm forgetting is we need to add kind of a mini adventure here, which is that we want to upload KB to the jungle shark ship. Now, is your intention for KB to take over the ship?
Oh, yeah. I want it all.
Okay.
Nader's going to expand his fleet.
I think this is more than just dangerous. It's a formidable task. KB's never been in this ship. Who knows the kind of difficulties of an AI to kind of take over it. So this is going to take a little bit of time to successfully do, but if we can do it, it's a big deal. We will suddenly have a ship with weapons, and it'll be a lot better.
That's right. I mean, we could too. We'll still drag the other one behind us. We'll toss everyone outside, but whatever.
So do you want to make progress, or do you want to gain momentum? If you make progress, we get closer to this goal.
I think progress is the better.
Because it's formidable, it's only one box. But
right.
You seeing that you are distracting them, KB begins the process of uploading. Maybe Nader doesn't even know that he's doing this. This is just Nader rambling, you know what I mean?
Nader's rambling, but I would think also, like, if KB is going to talk to the captain, maybe there would be, like, a screen like, I need time, or just like give it like he doesn't know exactly what KB's doing, but he's
Gotcha.
like distract them, or
Okay.
distract them if you want to live or something like that. BS. But
It was a weak hit, so the jungle employees are at least paying attention to Nader. Maybe it's like almost like a condescending way where they're like, interesting, they've developed a religion since they've been in space. You know what I mean? Like they're scientifically commenting on our reactions to stuff. Nader has a mission. He needs to help KB. What else can Nader do right now to help this keep going?
He would be like, bring me to your leaders, your management, now.
Yeah, he says,
How
take me
dare
to your
you!"
leader, and they go, oh, I think he's talking about management.
Management.
He
Yeah.
wants to speak to the manager.
He wants to speak to the manager.
Okay, I think in this case you are compelling them. If you want to lie or swindle, you'd have to, if you want to roll shadow, you'd have to figure out how you're lying or swindling to them. I suppose you are kind of keeping up a ruse.
I do think Nader generally does actually want to speak to, because I feel like Nader also wants to know the hierarchy a little bit, like who's who. He like wants to know the players, like knowledge is power type thing.
Sure, yeah, okay,
So
that makes sense.
there is a truth in it. However, there is the big underline of, I'm going to take, because he knows I have to take as much time as possible, so I'm going to stretch this out.
What if he is also lying or swindling by saying, you know, he starts emphasizing the fact that, you know, they might have illnesses or spaceborne viruses that they need to be careful of.
I have sick people. I have sick men, women, and non-binary people on board that need help
Yes.
now.
Uh,
Stop looking.
I need help now. Isn't there a commercial, like a J.G. Wentworth commercial or something like that?
Give me my cat. What is it? I want my cash and I want it now.
Yes. All right. We are using lying and swindling. We're rolling shadow. Roll shadow to compel these guys to do what you want. And before you roll, just to confirm, are we trying to go to the leader, or are we trying to like waste their time because they think we might be infected?
Waste their time.
Okay.
Waste their time, but Nader does actually want to see the manager. I'm just gonna call him the manager for now. But it's like they're like this. I want to see the manager, but I'm gonna take my time and take like the side route.
Gotcha. You're gonna try to waste some time. Go ahead and roll shadow.
Weak hit.
Another weak hit. It's better than a miss.
That's right.
On a weak hit, they'll do what you want. You can take +1 momentum, but the agreement comes with a demand or a complication, and envision their counteroffer.
I'm going to ask for the manager, and I think what's going to happen is they'll agree, but they will only take me and leave everyone else behind with guards.
Okay. Love it. They begin taking KB. Do they have to like unfreeze him, or can they like pick him up and like carry him? What do you
know
think?
what? Let's give this guy a little bit more reason to be pissed off and humiliate him. They're gonna, because the way he's standing, they're gonna like tilt him on the side, like
Using a mag liner or something?
I am straight up fed at, what is it? I'm gonna Amazon Prime this.
Right.
They bring out a dolly. They just slip it under his feet,
Yeah.
tilt it on the side at a nice angle, and then just roll him out. And to add salt to the wound, let's have him do it in front of the whole crew.
Yeah.
In front of everybody.
The stroll of shame. So this happens. This is a weak hit. We'll call it progress. So I will increase our progress of KB taking over the ship by 1. That's 2 out of 10.
Keep going. Yeah.
What's next? You're being led into the shark class ship. What does the ship look like on the inside, do you think?
Oh, yes. Okay. So I think we should do it in a way where you'll have like maybe like more rounder halls, and this is just me being extra. Can we go ahead and have it look like we're inside of a shark, but like don't know if they have like certain bones or
Sure,
like it
I mean
just
they
looks
definitely
like
have like ribs. You could probably
ribs. Like that's it. That's on the edges.
Gotcha.
Everything's I would say no really sharp corners type thing.
Okay, gotcha.
It's
Rounded. Yeah.
very rounded, almost like kind of like that Battlestar Galactica vibe.
Yeah, totally. And this is, it's called a Shark class ship. We decided because it's kind of like a hunter assassin ship. It's got powerful weapons. It's fast, and it's about the. I want to say it's about the. It's a little smaller than our ship.
Okay.
So.
Also, I think longer for sure, like a shark. It could
Right.
also resemble that.
You board the ship, and you are taken to their leader or their manager. And do we want to make any decisions about this person? I'm trying to find our
not?
next move. Like, what is the next logical move? Nader needs to continue helping KB, and that might mean facing danger by
think so.
going face to face with this leader.
I feel like it would be like maybe not the leader right away, but like the assistant manager. Like,
Okay,
like
all
you're
right.
gonna get the number one.
Gotcha.
The assistant manager.
If we
Yeah.
if we attempt to face danger, and we want to roll with our best stat, which is Shadow, we have to somehow deceive, use stealth, or use trickery.
I have to go to the bathroom.
You.
That's what.
You're going to literally be presented in front of the grand assistant manager, and the first thing Nader's going to say is, "Can I go to the bathroom first?"
Well, he's gonna probably be like, "Oh, is this the manager?" They're like, and the assistant be like, "No, you don't get to see him. I'm. You deal with me. I'm the assistant manager." He goes, "Well, what? Well, I want to speak to the manager." Like there is a little back and forth, and he's like, "Well, I have medical issue. I need to go to the bathroom. Can I just do that?" Like
I think that's great. I think that's great. You are going to attempt to deceive them. Go ahead and roll Shadow, facing danger. I don't think your assets allow you to face danger with any kind of advantage. 1 second, Amanda. Let me look at our assets just to confirm. Uh-oh, there we go. It kind of froze for me. Take decisive action, secure an advantage. Yeah, no. So you're just going to roll Shadow.
Okay. And I apologize. Oh, there comes my cat. Oh, sorry. Let's roll Shadow, and actually it was Parker, not Evans. Did I get another weak hit?
Another weak hit. On a weak hit, you succeed.
Hat trick.
But at a troublesome cost. Make a suffer move.
Oh.
So basically, they agree, okay, fine, you gotta pee, we'll let you go pee, or whatever.
We'll go to the restroom.
But there's a troublesome cost. Perhaps what that troublesome cost is, Nader doesn't actually have to go pee. This is extremely stressful, and he doesn't know what to do, and you might have to endure stress.
I think you should endure stress, and he may be trying to force it. Maybe he just wets himself. I don't mean to make this like that kind of like a toilet humor thing, but I'm really trying to like, okay, I did this. Oh, I messed up. Well, it's the next thing to do. Try to force it.
Look, Amanda, you are making an incredible impression. The Ironlander's first time interacting with the jungle is certainly going to be a memorable one. You are going to reduce your spirit. So on the character sheet, reduce the spirit by 1.
Very fair.
And then you're going to either roll spirit or heart, whichever is higher. And I think you're
They're even.
Yes, but did you reduce the spirit?
Yeah, I just did. So it's now at a 2.
They're even. Yeah, go ahead and roll either one.
Let's roll.
Whichever you feel is luckier at the moment.
Let's go with spirit. Another weak hit.
Whoa. I'm starting to think there's something wrong because literally the last hour of the last session was nothing but misses. And the entire first half hour of our game has been nothing but weak hits.
Do you not remember, like, I think the last session we did, I just did nothing but weak hits. Except for, like, the critical moments, it was just miss. I was like, great.
WTF, mate. All right.
So go.
You endure stress. If you are not shaken, which you're not, you either lose momentum, which so you'll keep that -1, or you can gain that spirit back by losing momentum. I misspoke. So you can either stay at -2 spirit, or you can go up by 1 but lose 1 momentum, and you're currently at 2.
I'm not at -2 spirit. I'm at just 2. I think
Just
I'm
2.
just gonna keep as is because I don't want to lose. I can handle a 2 spirit. I just rather keep my momentum in case something. You know what I mean?
Sure, totally. So then, in that case, otherwise you're going to press on. All right.
Yeah, I'm doing that. We're committing.
How are you committing? Do you I mean, let's say they take you to the bathroom or the equivalent thereof.
Am I unfrozen, or am I still
Let's say
frozen?
you
and I just
are
have to...
unfrozen.
Okay,
Because
thank
I don't think a jungle employee would hold your member as you relieve yourself.
you. They can just like figure it out.
So
Okay,
I think
good.
they would unfreeze you and let you go into the bathroom. You
I,
are alone in the bathroom. How do you get out of this? Do you climb up into a vent? Do you call for KB?
they're gonna like they're gonna make sure that the thing is locked.
Sure.
All
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They're gonna go ahead and let's say they're gonna go ahead and do a call like for KB to see like how do I get out of here?
All right, we're going to ask the Oracle if KB has downloaded enough to be able to interact with us, right? So, how likely do you think it is that he has downloaded enough? You only have 2. Actually, hold on. Let's see. You rolled another weak hit. We'll call that a success. You have 3 out of 10 successes.
Okay.
How likely do you think it is? I think that it's pretty 50-50 at this point.
Honestly, I think that's 100% accurate.
Okay.
It's 50-50.
Roll a d100, 51 or greater. KB has downloaded enough to interact with you. I hope he has, because this will be cool.
Nope.
34. So
Okay.
you get no response from KB. So what do we do
fine.
next?
Okay. I'm going to look around to see if there's any kind of vent
Mm-hmm.
or... Yeah, let's go ahead and see if there's another way out. That's what I would like to do.
All right. I think that there probably is another way out, but I think that it's unlikely that it's big enough for you to crawl out of. Roll a d100, and let me pull up these Oracle moves here. Whoops.
I got a 42, just so you know.
Okay, good to know. Let me get to the Oracle. It's unlikely, so 76 or greater is a yes. You rolled a 42. So again, there is not a hole big enough for you to escape from.
Okay. Let's think. I'm in a bathroom. Oh, is there anything nearby that I could possibly like? Is there hand sanitizer? Is there soap? Is there like
you
a
want to
rod?
weaponize something? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's probably 50-50 that there's something you could use like soap. Yeah.
Okay. I got an
All
idea
right.
with soap.
Roll another d100, 51 or greater. There is something caustic like soap or something. Oh,
26.
No, that means no. There's no soap.
Nothing.
The jungle employees are lucky that they're allowed to pee because they're not even allowed to wash their hands.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. Okay. Okay. Do I have anything on me? I just have my suit. Like I have like a vest or anything like that?
I mean, I think that maybe Nader's option is either try to go distract the leader or fake that you're having a seizure or something to like get you to continue to delay. You know, another move of some kind. You know.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna fake a. I'm gonna take. Is there like a sink? I'm assuming there's a sink, even though there's no soap.
Sure.
Okay. If not, I'm going and getting some. Yeah, sink first. I'm going to go ahead and take some water and like spill it near the entrance.
Okay.
Okay. So at least it gets a little wet.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to kind of step out of that, so I'm not going to be. And I'm going to pretend to be like, oh, I fell. My back.
Okay. I like that.
Call HR.
Before we commit to this idea, I will give you one other, which Aaron gave in the chat, and I think it's pretty good. Clog the toilet. Fuck up the water recycler. Destroy the ship. Easy is what he says.
All right. I mean, that's fair.
It's an interesting idea. I kind of like your idea of I've fallen and I can't get up, and seeing how they react to that.
Aaron, that was great. I may still kind of use that later on.
Okay.
So let's go ahead. I've fallen.
You are securing an advantage or facing danger.
Trying to secure an advantage. I'm trying to get this guy.
Yeah, you're also attempting something risky.
Yes, I am.
And you're reacting to an imminent threat. So I think you are deceiving them. You'll roll shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope that you roll well on this crazy
Right.
Nader scheme of yours.
I've got ideas, man. All right, shadow. Oh Lord.
Here we go.
Miss. Okay.
On a miss, you fail.
Let's talk.
Or a momentary success is undermined by a dire turn of events. Pay the price. Roll a d100.
91. Of course, I get the 50.
Another 91, which is you are delayed or put at a disadvantage. I think they come in and they don't buy it. You know what I mean?
Oh, they could be like, get up. No, like, no, seriously, help me. Get up. They could be like, ugh. Like, it could be like, because I am also stretching out the time.
Yeah.
If they're there and they're standing in the water, I would like to, gosh, because oh God, I would like to try to go for this guy.
Yo, okay.
I want to try, because if I'm like down on the ground and he's like not buying that.
Yeah.
I want to try to nut punch him so I can get him down, grab him by his shirt, and put him in the toilet. I'm not joking.
I love the initiative. I love the attempt to maintain the high ground. You're basically...
I'm on the ground, so he can easily subdue me. That's the problem.
Sure, but you could easily like trip him up or something. So I like the idea. When you fight a battle and it happens in a blur, which is kind of what's happening. If you are fighting in close quarters, you roll iron. If you are befuddling your foe, you're rolling shadow. If you're using tactics, you're using wit. What feels the most advantageous to you?
Definitely, like, I think I'm gonna lean towards befuddled, because let's be honest, this makes no sense. This is not like a tactical move. We are not dealing with a Navy SEAL right now.
Gotcha.
We're dealing with...
So you are rolling with what then?
Shadow.
Okay. Roll with shadow. And let's pray you do well.
Come on. Give me this.
Oh, no!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, on a miss,
that's fair.
You are defeated or the objective is lost to you. I think that they managed to freeze you again.
Yeah, they froze me. Yeah. And I'm in like water too, so I'm like I'm on the ground in a very awkward position now.
And now you're frozen in place and wet. You are taken back to the assistant manager.
Yeah.
What do you think the assistant manager wants to find out from us? I think that an experiment of theirs has gotten out. This is very interesting. They probably want to know how we did it and all that kind of stuff.
I think an interrogation for sure.
Okay. So they're interrogating us. How does Nader handle this? Does he tell them everything? Does he try to deceive them in some way?
I think Nader is going to request that they get unfrozen and see if they allow it.
All right.
And is going to also request some water for their parched throat. And if they can't, then can he have someone stand next to him and help him drink water by doing that? He's going to request stuff be brought to him, like snacks or drinks.
Gotcha. You are bartering with them. You are trying to compel them. You need to roll plus heart.
Okay. This is not... All right, yeah, heart's decent.
Got 2 in heart, I think.
Yeah. A strong hit. That's when I get it.
On the thing that does not matter at all.
So I get snacks. I don't get my nut punch, but I get snacks.
They are extremely pleasant in an obnoxious way. They give you everything you need, but there's just no way to escape from them. Again, they continue to press you. I think you are maybe facing danger. You are maybe enduring stress because of the grilling. That's probably
they're asking a lot of questions that honestly I don't even think they can comprehend some of it. They're saying words that don't make sense. I'm like, I just know space whales, and I'm like, what are you saying? So I'm getting frustrated.
Go ahead and reduce the spirit by 1.
Yeeks. Okay.
And you are going to roll plus heart.
closer. Weak hit.
Okay. On a weak hit, you can either press on or you can reduce momentum to gain that spirit back. Pretty shaken at this point. I think you have only one spirit now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a low point for Nader. Nothing's working.
I think we need to reduce the momentum just to get the spirit up.
Okay.
Just one.
So momentum goes to 1, and spirit can go back up to 2.
Okay.
This means what did we just roll? Endured stress. We still haven't decided whether you lie or not. Since you didn't roll that
Half-truths.
Yeah, they're kind of half-truths. Yeah, you're not really
I don't say everything, but
Uh-huh.
I'll be truthful.
We need to decide whether the best course of action that the jungle believes is either to return you to the planet, or is there something else? Maybe when word is gotten out that we escaped, maybe upper management doesn't want us to go back, but they want to see us for themselves, and they want us to be taken to the core of the Forge, deeper into the Forge, as prisoners. Well, what I'm saying is we can ask the Oracle, unless you really feel strongly about one way or the other.
No, I kind of almost want to be like, I feel like they would want to know a little bit, and if they're going to decide once they see, like, I don't know, whether it's a tape or a call, or like, get some information, stay there, get some info, and then from the results, we'll determine if we just want to exterminate or return them back.
Well, this is not a science vessel, so I would argue that if they go that route, then they are waiting for a science vessel to show up to do all of that questioning.
That could be it. That could be that they're just like, hold tight, because it is just a smaller one. We're sending another ship your way to assess the situation, and they will make the decision.
All right, that is the best case scenario. I think we need to ask the Oracle, because I think another more realistic scenario is that they just say, go back to your cage, and they start heading back the way we came. So we'll say 50-50. 51 or greater, yes, they are going to stand by and wait for a science vessel to come.
10! No, they're not! No, they're not!
They don't really care that you're only giving them half-truths, and they're probably like, look, you are an experiment, and you need to return to whence you came.
There's like an instant notification that says, return the units back to the experiment, blah, 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 blah.
So our problem is that the ship starts turning around, probably still connected to our ship, and starts heading back in the direction of the last Stargate we were in.
Back to the void.
The good news is that we still have time. We just haven't made any progress in a while. So I think that maybe Nader, he needs his freedom of movement. So maybe he needs to try to compel them to put him in a cage or something that he can still try to get out of, to help KB.
I think he's going to either request to be brought back to his people, or at least be, because he's like, I answered all your questions, can I just go back, or can you at least set me in a place where it's not like this is unacceptable, like, I didn't realize you treated your managers like this, because he is the leader of his group.
Right, so, he explains that he is the manager of the tribe, and they're like, oh, I see. Which one is it? Do you want to go back to your ship, or do you want to go somewhere else?
I think, oh gosh, because we need to stay on so he can try to get a hold of KB. So I think he's going to, again, try to demand to go see the manager, because he's like, I've answered your questions. I think the decision has been made, and so I don't think we can really roll for that. We are in a situation that we have to solve the problem here. Take me back to my group. Take me back to my group.
All right, I think that still deserves a compel roll, because they might have other plans.
For sure.
Make a compel roll. You are not really lying to them, unless you can figure out how you're lying to them. Otherwise, you're rolling heart.
Yep. I think we'll just go ahead and roll heart on that one.
I'll say even a weak hit.
Strong hit.
Strong hit. They definitely do that. They'll do what you want. Agree to your conditions. You can increase your momentum by 1.
Let's do it.
All right. We have 3 out of 10 progress for
that we need
KB.
to keep.
It's only a matter of time before he can start talking, to us.
Mm-hmm. May I, while we're walking back, I'm going to ask questions like, what's that? What is this? To see if anyone is just like inquisitive. And I'll be like, have you ever heard of anything like, isn't there something called KB? Is there a KB here? He's asking questions, but he's also going to slip that in. He's kind of talking a lot, so maybe that can
All right.
slip by.
So is his goal trying to determine if KB is able to speak with him?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Determine if KB is there.
You're gathering information.
Yes.
Roll plus wits.
Right.
I love that this game is basically me trying to decipher what it is the player wants to do,
You're like,
telling them
me
what
trying
roll
to-
to make.
You're like, you're there to like, Amanda, what are you doing?
No, I love it. It's great.
Weak hit.
So you did a weak hit. This information provides new insight, but also complicates your quest. Envision what you discover. Take +1 momentum. So something good happens, but I think the complication is maybe that you have to be on the ship. Like, maybe he needs you to go somewhere and hit a button or something,
Yes, I agree with that. Also, like, is KB on like the loudspeaker nearby? Oh wait, do we have anything on us like that could be like a radio?
I don't think so. It would need to be in a spacesuit, and I know you're not wearing a spacesuit.
No, it's not. Yeah, you're right. So there's like a stupid little loudspeaker too to be like, I'm here.
Would he give himself away like that?
No, not really. But
That's
there
my
would be a
concern.
little signal. There would have to be like a little signal.
It would certainly raise alarms within the ship if that was the case, and you could maybe use it to your advantage. But now you're on a ticking clock. They might.
I think the lights flicker. You know how like the lights flicker?
Maybe there's like an SOS or the Ironlanders have like a code of signals like that. I like that. Okay, so he signals us in that way. KB signals us. Okay.
Right.
So then we know that he's there, that he can communicate with us. We need to get alone. We need to somehow.
We need to get alone on this. I'm going to ask because they've been like anytime I've asked something apparently like snacks or like chatting that has been working. So
they feel legally obligated to do it for you.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I'm annoying, but it's not like I'm like pissing them off too much.
Sure.
So it's just like I get maybe like an eager little kid. They don't understand me or something like that. So they're like, I'm gonna ask for questions and I'll be like, so do you like where do you go when someone fixes any like cuts or like I'm just gonna ask them questions on like maybe can I have a tour? I've never seen this before. What is this? And I'm gonna point to simple things that are like a light switch or be like, what's that do? What's that do? Can you show me this? And I'm gonna be amazed by the simplest things. Like I'm an idiot because I am. But
I think you have rolled enough times on this subject to determine that they probably would comply for whatever ridiculous bureaucratic reason that they are legally obligated to do so. They start showing you around. Explain to me how you get alone.
I'm gonna say like let's just say our guards, like the two let's say the guards that have been with me, they're the ones that have been with me all around. And you could even have the one that took me out of the bathroom. They're just like, you dumbass. Like they're just like they don't think I'm at all smart. So that's why they're like, all right, whatever. Let me show you this. So they're like, oh, this is our game room. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are the lights and all that kind of getting distracted.
All right, you're explaining the same thing. How do you get the next advantage?
I don't know. I'm going to see if I can go into a room and like get lost. I want to get lost.
All right, gotcha.
How do I do that?
How would you do that? You would either face danger or maybe secure an advantage. We could also attempt.
I left something in the bathroom and I need to go back to the bathroom. I left something. I left my precious whale artifact that is to the gods. Okay, I'm gonna mention the gods again. I'll be like, I left my whale chain. That I can't, as the leader, it is holy to us and I must retrieve it. Please, please, please. If not, I will be executed.
You are facing danger, roll plus shadow.
I don't know.
And let's hope that you can get a moment alone.
Please. Not even a little. I get a miss. Jesus. Okay.
You fail, or there is some kind of undermined by a dire set of circumstances. Roll a d100, and let's pay the price.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Let's see what we got. 68.
68. At least it's not in the 90s.
Thank
Your
God.
vehicle suffers damage.
Oh, what if there is okay, when we got boarded, remember, I don't know if this ever really truly got repaired, but I think in a previous one, whether I was on or someone, like the ship is like it took damage really on
That's
the
true.
so let's go ahead that maybe the air pressure, like maybe there's just some holes. Space has debris and it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
already brittle enough, and it's like the vacuum seal is like it started to crack. So it's like some of the air pressure, so it's going into like an emergency so it
All
can
right.
fix itself.
The ship is withstanding damage. That's a move. So we'll go to our ship page, and we have to decrease the integrity by 1. So bring it to 4.
Okay.
And we will then roll integrity, which is 4. So I guess roll shadow plus 1, which will be a total of 4.
Okay. let me
And
go ahead.
we'll see how you do.
Shadow plus 1. Oh Lord. Strong hit.
Nice. With a match, so it's a critical success.
Oh.
So you are going to bypass the damage, so we'll bring that integrity back to 1. And I'll say that because it's a critical hit, you also take plus 1 momentum.
We can say that maybe KB did that.
Yeah.
KB caused that on
Okay.
purpose.
Gotcha. KB is looking out for the ship. So our momentum goes to 3.
Sweet.
And we did we get a loan? No, we did not.
We didn't get a loan, but I think this could be a good opportunity, because if that's causing that kind of issue, I feel like that would give me at least the opportunity to try to slip away, or to allow KB to turn off the light. Like,
I see. Yeah, maybe both ships kind of shake. You are going to try to get away. Again, it feels like either facing danger or securing an advantage.
Securing an advantage, because I want to sneak away. Because
You
I'm not
attempt
like
to gain leverage.
yeah.
Okay. You are sneaking away quickly. You'd have to roll edge.
Edge is crap, but we're still gonna do it.
Yeah. You could roll with shadow if you could figure out how to deceive or trick them.
The only way is if I could be like, I would have to like some kind of way to say lights. But
Also, you could have a plus 1 if you could figure out how to make it about your religion.
question.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to drop to my knees, put my hands up to the sky. Now, remember, the Ironlanders did sign language a lot of the time. I'm assuming KB knows sign language.
Yeah. You've probably
So
taught him.
I'm going to put my hands up, and I'm going to sign, turn off the lights, but it's going to look like I'm going to say praying.
This is brilliant,
to the
Amanda.
sphinx.
I love this. You finally brought back the Ironlander language that we had came up with, Iron Speak. I love it. You are securing an advantage. Roll with shadow plus 1. You have a plus 4. There's no way this can go wrong. Let's turn our luck around.
Alrighty, let's do this.
Shadow plus 1.
Shadow plus 1. Come on.
Come on, baby.
Come on.
Yes!
Strong hit.
Our luck is turning around. You drop to your knees and you do the sign language, and the lights turn off.
Yes.
Okay. On a strong hit,
Yeah.
you can gain plus 2 momentum and plus 1 on your next move. What is your next move? You are in pitch black. How do you get away from these guys?
I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to be like, see, you must get down on your knees and pray to it be a moment of silence to the lords. And then I'm going to go ahead and slip away.
Okay. You are going to, I think, just face danger.
Yes.
Using shadow. You are being stealthy about it. Roll shadow.
And I still get that plus 1 from the
Yes,
previous
yeah,
one?
you do. You do.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Strong hit.
Amazing. Wow.
Mm.
This game is turning around. First of all, I will say that this deserves a point of progress. We have 4 out of 10 now. You do manage to slip away from them, and you get out, and you are by yourself, alone in this ship. What are you doing? How are we saving the day?
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do to save the day. Because now I know KB can see me with sign language.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna speak at all to give away my location. So I will go ahead and sign.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask KB where to go because they consume, and whatever lights ahead, whatever he flickers, that's the direction I'm heading down.
Amazing. Amazing.
Okay.
All right. We are... Here's what we're doing. We're kind of undertaking an expedition to, you know, get to whatever it is he needs to get us to,
Yes.
for him to take control of the ship, right?
Yes.
So, you are rolling either with Edge, Shadow, or Wits. Are you keeping under the radar? Then you'd be rolling
I'm going
with
to keep
Shadow.
under the radar, but if there's, I'm going to also, if I can sign, maybe getting a uniform. If I can get a uniform so I can at least be more incognito.
Okay, so you tell him, help me get a uniform, and then I can go wherever you need. Roll Shadow. Let's see what we do. Things have gotten very interesting.
Come on. Weak hit, but it's still a hit.
Still a hit. As above, you will reach a waypoint, envision the location, and mark progress, but it costs you in some way. So the first thing I'm going to do is increase. We now have 5 out of 10. We either make 1 suffer move at -2, 2 suffer moves at -1, or we face a peril, which is just a D100 roll.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Nobody likes those suffer moves.
Remind me of suffer moves.
Suffer moves is like endure stress, endure harm.
Fudge. Okay. Can I just toss my supplies? Okay. No.
You will yeah, either suffer. Oh, you could do that. You could lose supplies. I mean, yeah, we'll say that.
Okay, because here's the thing. I'm going to switch uniforms, right? So, because the uniforms are like that sleek Star Trek thing, there's no pockets. I had pockets.
I see.
So, what, like, maybe, if I had any kind of device that I brought with me, like communication or,
All right, so you're going to do this suffer move at a -2, so you're going to reduce 2 from your supply.
Also, if there's a thing that identifies me as the leader, even though it doesn't matter to the jungle, it would matter to Nader, especially amongst the people there. So if we're gonna do that, at least, like, they can't, like, whether it's like a trinket or something that would obviously give it away, that would kind of piss them off because they can't take that with them.
Got it. We have sacrificed our resources. We now have 3 out of 5, but we are continuing on. And we do find the uniform. Yeah. So you have to leave some stuff by after getting the uniform. But that's great. That's a great advantage. Now you look like the other guys, right?
Yes.
He continues to show you how to get down. So obviously you've just found like a locker room or something like that.
Locker room, any kind of supplies. If they happen to have one of those tricorder things, like a belt or anything that would make me look like every other Joe.
I think that, I think a weak hit allows you to do that. Now
doesn't mean I'll understand how the tricorder thing works.
Yeah, good point.
Remember, it just but
I think we have to continue undertaking our expedition.
Absolutely. Keep going.
Continue now. Are you rolling with Shadow? Or are you moving at speed with Edge? I will say, because you have a uniform, we'll say that you can have a +1 to either an Edge or a Wits roll.
I think, honestly, at that point, let's go with Edge. Because I feel like that would be, because we want to, because it's like, okay, we don't know how long I can stretch this out. So let's do Edge.
You're going to roll with Edge +1.
Oh, Lord. Okay, come on. I'm stressed.
Trying to move fast.
Strong hit!
Oh, nice. Very good.
Wow, I got really hyped and I don't care.
On a strong hit, you reach another waypoint, envision the location, and mark progress. This time, there's nothing bad about the location. We have 6 out of 10 progress. Where do we find? We can either find where we need to go, and then we would finish our expedition with 6 out of 10, or it's just a waypoint on the way. We can roll also determine what this waypoint
I
is.
feel like the 10 would be the manager. That's not where we're at yet. I'm almost tempted. The 10 is like the manager at that point. This I feel like is like a resource desk. You know what I mean? Like it's it still has computer terminals.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a resource general area where how they obviously shipping, receiving, like Barnes and Noble's like bookstores, you always have like that desk in the center of the store.
Yeah, sure. The
Yeah,
information
it's like
desk.
perfect. We find an empty information desk.
All right. Do we want to use this in any kind of advantage, or do we want to continue our expedition?
Oh shoot. I kind of want to ask KB if this is where I need to go, or if KB's like, no.
I think KB would probably tell you no.
Keep going.
Yeah,
keep
because
going.
we
I'm
just
gonna keep
haven't
going.
made enough progress.
Yep, I'm keeping going.
All right.
I'm gonna keep going.
Are we rolling with edge, shadow, or wits?
Question though,
Yeah.
if we're gonna, even though we hit the spot, is there anything that could help us? Like, is there anything?
That's to determine. It is an information desk, so I think the most likely thing is that you would be gathering information at this desk, unless you want to make a discovery. Maybe there's something here that we're not expecting.
Yeah, let's make a discovery really quick.
Roll a
maybe
D100.
help us. Let's see if there's 32.
32. Lost or hidden people. Lost or hidden people.
I already know what's gonna happen.
Well, what is it? I can't think of what it is.
We're gonna find other Ironlanders. Oh yeah. They're in a holding cell. I don't know why, but we should find other Ironlanders in a hold. Like that's where the computer terminal is, and that's where I'm gonna end up going. Because maybe KB found maybe not other Ironlanders, but we should find whether maybe other experimented people in like a cage. You remember Buffy season 4,
Sure.
like the Initiative? They had the underground bunker with all those like demons. We're gonna find like holding cells for other humans, space elves, whatever. But KB's like, we need these people, or like that's the objective.
Gotcha. So we don't actually come upon an information desk. We come to like a holding cell or something.
Yeah, or like that where we can see like okay, near security.
So are we going to possibly waste time and try to free these people, but it would be to our advantage, or are we going to continue on to try to find what KB's trying to take us to?
Let's try to do this.
What?
Let's try to do the advantage by unlocking, whether maybe they don't need to come with us. Maybe it's just like this to help buy us some more time, or to like, definitely to get faster and get away. They're distracted with something else.
I love it. We are, I think, using observation, so we'd be rolling plus wits. Like, we're realizing the advantage we have here.
If we just unlock it.
Right.
Unlock the cages.
Unless you want to lie to these people and say, hey, if you distract everybody, I will free you or something. I don't know.
I feel bad. It's like one of those things. So if
you feel bad, but Nader doesn't feel bad.
That's true. But you could, yes, but then he could appear like a god to these people. That's why. So it's one of those, I almost want to ask the Oracle if they are people that can comprehend him, or they're just like space creatures.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 51 or greater, yes, they can understand you. Roll a D100, and we'll find that out. They're either Ironlanders
94.
or others. Oh, okay. So that's a definite yes. They can understand what you're saying.
Okay.
You maybe you can convert them all. Like, I'll free you, but you have to become part of my religion.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll be like, this is your savior, Nader. If you would like to leave these shackles, you want to leave this jail of not only the body, but of the spirit as well, drop to your knees and give thanks to our lords and saviors, the gods of the whales of space.
The space whales, yes.
The
Roll
space whales.
Shadow. +1 because you are bringing up your religion.
I will always bring that up. I'll always bring up this religion from now on. That is a strong hit.
Nice. Okay, on a strong hit, you can take both +2 momentum and +1 on your next move. So we'll say that it works. They say yes. You unlock. You manage to figure out how to unlock and get them out, and they run off to go cause chaos.
I will also be like, cause chaos in this, but I will also tell them the general direction of where to head to. Like, if they to be like, go, my people, I will save, go cause chaos, blah, blah, blah. Let me save the others. I don't know if there are, but I'm bullshitting. But show them where the ship is, and let the flickering lights guide you, for they are space whales communicating with you.
We have a +1 to play with. Do you want to undertake an expedition with +1?
We're going.
All right.
I feel like let's go. Let's go.
Are you rolling with Shadow, Edge, or Wits?
We're going with Shadow still, and because I still got that +1 from the previous one, I'm going to add that sucker on.
All right, that's going to be Shadow +1 to get to the next location.
Strong hit.
Another strong hit. We reach another waypoint, and we mark progress.
Where are we at on progress?
We have 7 out of 10. I think we are definitely in safer territory to try to finish the expedition.
Yes, I think we should keep going because the chaos is still going.
So you're saying you don't want to try to finish this?
No, I do want to finish it.
You do want to finish it. Well, first, before we do that, I want to make a discovery, roll another D100.
Let's do that.
We'll find out where we are.
Good point. 66.
66. New understanding of an enduring mystery. A new understanding of an enduring mystery. I have an idea. I want to hear your idea.
Can I don't have anything right now, so go ahead. Let me hear something.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Go for
KB is leading us somewhere. They lead us into a room that maybe has like projection mapping and like shows different planets and stuff, kind of like
navigation, like a real depth navigation.
And it shows that the ship is changing trajectory and heading back to, the Ironlander homeworld, right? And maybe there's all this information scrolling about it, and it turns out that the Ironlander experiment is deemed a success. And as you continue reading, Nader comes to realize that the experiment was that humans were put on an extremely hostile world. Or if you remember, the world we had this magical superstorm, which is not really magical anymore. It's obviously some kind of scientifically made superstorm.
Right.
But it created a race of humans that were extremely adept at survival and, just kind of like thinking on their feet and thinking with minimal things. The jungle was like manufacturing like a stronger human, a more resilient human. Maybe
super soldiers.
A super soldier, maybe for colonization. Like, we have this group of people that can survive any environment. We're going to send them off to colonize other parts of the universe.
It's a way for the jungle to take over more territory. Because I feel like when you get closer to the core, there's more stricter rules. But, like, think of it like the Wild West.
Right.
They're like, at this point, who can ever claim it? Who can stand on this glacier? It's yours at this point. So maybe that's why the jungle's doing it, in kind of making the void places for them to use as not only for making, selling and bringing more merch and all that, capitalism, but also
space
they can
capitalism.
Also make them in, space capitalism, all about that money. But also to get advantage on adding new bases, hiding things more securely, because not that many people can stand these worlds. That's why they're going to use them as like hidden vaults in a way.
So Nader learns that the Ironlanders were an experiment to create colonizers, people that could go and colonize other planets for the jungle, for the human race, I guess. But this is obviously like, a big revelation for him. I think it might be necessary to endure stress, as this is such a kind of like a bombshell. Nader now has probably the most clear idea about the purpose of the Ironlanders than anyone else.
Oh yeah,
Let's
fine. Yeah, that's
endure
fair.
let's endure stress real quick, and then we'll move on because we can then now finish our expedition
Okay.
here. Reduce your spirit by 1,
We're now at 1. Okay.
and go ahead and roll heart because it's higher.
Miss.
On a miss is worse than you thought. You are going to suffer an additional -1 to spirit.
Shoot. Then if we do that, then I'm at 0.
Okay, if your spirit is 0, you must also mark that you are either shaken or traumatized, or you can roll on the D100 table. Shaken, let's look up shaken.
I feel like. Go ahead.
Shaken, I just want you to know, like what the options are here. Let's see. Shaken. Shaken. Marking impacts. Here we go. You are despairing or distraught if you are. It's a misfortune. And what did I say? What was the other one? Shaken or
Oh shoot.
traumatized, I think I said, right?
Traumatized. Yeah.
Am I right about that? Jeez, I completely blank.
Well,
Here
if
we
you
go.
think about it. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean,
Read
it's
me
it's traumatizing information, right? Or to at least be the
Well,
carrier
this
of this
is where I would
information.
say not only that, but it's like
Yeah.
you feel like a pawn. I honestly feel like this would enrage him against the jungle. If you think of it's traumatizing in a way where it's just like like we're
Yeah, I get what
they're
you're saying.
things. They're not people. That's the thing. And it's just like everything you did that to us. We're just nothing but experiment. Like that kind of thing. It's like, yeah, I do think this is traumatizing for sure.
Okay, we are traumatized, which
Mhm.
let's just find out for sure what that means because it does
Oh
have an
Lord.
effect on us. Let's go back here. Traumatized. Here we go. Lasting effects. Traumatized may be marked when you're at 0. Uh, lasting effects are permanent. They forever impact your character through a momentum adjustment and, more importantly, through narrative impact. You are permanently traumatized. You should factor this impact into how you perform. Envision the nature of the lasting effect. You may have physical, emotional, or mental factors. It sounds like you just described it, that
Yeah.
basically Nader is just kind of Captain Ahab hates the jungle.
There is nothing you can say now that will make him even. There's. Oh, this is gonna sound bad. I don't want to go that far, but basically, F them,
Yeah,
burn them. We take no. They gone.
we have
They permanent enemies.
we have 7 out of 10 progress for uploading KB to the ship. Do you want to
Yep.
finish this?
Now that yeah, I think this is going to we're going Ahab now. We ain't Moby Dick ain't going nowhere now.
Love
I'm
it.
going for that manager. We're gonna keep going further.
We are going
They're
to,
not
let's
turning back now.
see, finish an expedition. When
Yep.
your expedition comes to an end, roll the challenge dice and compare your progress. So you're going to roll 2d10, and you want to hope that at least one of
Oh,
them.
are we gonna go further in the? Are we gonna go further? That's my question. Like deeper, trying to find that manager, so we can get more in
Only if you
the
want to.
progress.
Only if you want to.
The only reason why I ask is if that info hits them, and it's like not only traumatizing, it's like that kind of thing. They're like, "Where is this guy?" I
Okay.
demand answers, so I
Okay.
feel like they're gonna go ahead and go further.
All right. I think it is unlikely that this is what
Unlikely.
KB wants you to do because KB
Okay,
probably is like, I've
he would
led you
probably
to
shut
the
the
room.
door.
I want you to hit the button. If you want to continue, you can. But we can also
No, I don't
ask the
think so.
Oracle
KB's.
whether it's
Yeah, let's ask.
unlikely.
Yeah, let's ask the Oracle. Like
Okay.
maybe I'll ask KB before. Like, let me ask. Can I get to him or
Yeah.
whatever?
76 or greater. Yes. Getting to the manager can help KB take over the ship because that's our ultimate goal.
Okay. 37. No. So KB just shuts the door on me.
Mm-hmm.
All
Gotta
right.
hold in your rage and finish the job.
I'm gonna hold in my rage. I'm gonna finish the job. So we'll go ahead and roll for. I
Roll
think you said
2d10,
2d10.
and at least
All
one of
right.
them's got to be below 7. I've got good feelings.
I got a 1.
Oh,
I got a 1.
okay.
I got a 1 and a 10.
A
oh
1
my
and a 10.
lord.
That is a weak hit.
I'll take it.
On a weak hit, you reach your destination or complete your survey. We will mark a reward according to the type of challenge this is. So under our legacies, I'm going to increase our quests by 1. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to say that you face an unforeseen complication at the end of your expedition. So the point is that KB can take over the ship, but what's the one complication? I mean, I think the obvious thing is that there's still jungle employees running around. You know, we got to get rid of them somehow.
Yeah, the KB is taking control of the ship, but we still have quite. I don't know how many. I don't know how big the crew is.
Aaron established that there's about 20 of these employees, and
20?
there's about
Okay.
39 of us as Ironlanders. And
Let's,
now with this new influx of prisoners, there might be even more.
We actually have more on our side because they swore to the whale gods. I think this also will fit into character. We got to get rid of the crew.
Got to get rid of the crew. How are we getting rid of them? Are we going to try to overwhelm them with our numbers?
I think we're going to try to overwhelm them, and this is what I would like to do. Overwhelm them, put them in an airlock, and open the door.
Wow.
So Ahab, he's gone Ahab now.
Yeah.
That's where
Ruthless, savage.
Yeah, hates them. Hates them.
Okay, let's...
Told you.
What are we going to do
I'll
here?
go there.
I think we are going to battle. When you fight a battle and it happens in a blur, so we'll just say that this is just, you know, you going on the loudspeaker and telling the Ironlanders, we have control of the ship, you know, try to take them out or whatever.
And also, I think KB could have like unlocked, made us have the best advantage. Yeah, everything's to our advantage.
I'm going to give you a +1 because KB is basically like helping in every way
Doing
to
everything.
kill, you know, and dispose of these guys, right?
Yes.
You're effectively fighting in close quarters to overpower your foe. So you're going to roll plus iron, +1.
Okay, thank goodness. Let's go to 1. Okay, wait.
And let's see how it goes.
All right. Ooh!
Wow.
Okay, wait, if I burn momentum, I could get a strong hit.
Yes.
So this is the time to use it. Let's
Absolutely.
burn that momentum.
Let's quickly burn the momentum on your character sheet because... Yeah, so I think with being traumatized, our new momentum, like, baseline is 1 instead of 2. Whereas before we could be at 2, now it's at 1.
That makes sense.
Because we're a little broken inside.
Yes, we are.
What does this battle look like, and what is the outcome?
Alrighty. I would say KB actually... because the little handheld freezing devices, because they're all, again, Bluetooth, is able to not only basically make them not work. So the advantage that the jungle has is now gone.
Yeah, they have no weapons now.
Yeah, and you've got a bunch of basically Ironlanders in space. They still, like, they strong. Even
They have their
when they haven't
spears.
done
They have their, old weapons.
Yeah, it's honestly, they're gonna old school jump these fools.
Wow.
They whip their ass. I mean, they whip them in a way that's like, what is it? Across the street, off camera. You didn't see nothing. Old school playground. They just beat your ass to the ground.
You successfully overpower these guys. We'll say that the ones that aren't killed in battle are eventually ejected out of the airlock. I think they'd probably be like, they'd probably be pleading with you not to finish them off. Probably saying, if you do this, the jungle's going to come after you. They know you have our ship now. It's just going to get worse.
Would be like, this is my jungle now. Wait, I want to do that to the manager, because eventually that manager is going to come to me. I want him to be the last one, and he's going to be the threatening, and I'm going to be like, this is my jungle now, and I'm just going to hit that airlock and let him sit on that.
You're going to Sparta kick him into the airlock, and then he gets ejected out, right?
Right.
Wow.
Sparta kick him, slam the door closed, and then
What a turn of luck for the Ironlanders. You now have effectively 2 ships. One with weapons, one without.
Yes.
What's the move? Are you ditching one ship and just keeping
everybody?
No,
I think we're going to keep 2 ships.
Okay.
Because also KB can assess and be like, if we can upgrade because the other ship is small, but I'm assuming if we can upgrade it, we can have like a little like scouting ship. I want to convert that into like a scouting ship.
It's a scouting ship with a lot of like good weaponry, more than we have on our ship. So basically, we have a ship with weapons and a ship that's like holding all the Ironlanders.
Well, we got a bunch of new people here. That's what we still have. We're bringing all the Ironlanders here. I would say we're gonna
roll a d20.
Sure.
And that'll determine how many new people we gain.
D20?
D20.
All right. 7.
So there are 7 new individuals added.
Okay, then.
I'm extremely bad at math, so I'm going to use my ability. Here we go. 46 members of our team now. Although, to be honest with you, we might need to make some rolls to determine how loyal these people are, right? I mean, we freed them.
So.
They are probably somewhat loyal because it sounds like they've converted to whaleism.
I would be, if anything, first things first, I would have KB like get us out of the area, even at a slower pace with the 2 ships. But I would say the next thing is to round up like the new comrades, if you will.
Here's what I'll say. The goal all along was to get out of this sector. Do you want to get out of the sector, or do you want to go back another way, or what?
Nope. I want us to take these 2 ships and get out.
Okay. We're going to escape this sector. I believe we have... We've done this. We had, like, a certain amount of progress, but I guess it doesn't matter. We've kind of just won this. So we'll say that we go through the gate with the 2 ships. Looking at the core, or looking at the Forge, like, map... let's see what you need. I have to find what page it's on. I basically want to find out from you, are we moving deeper into the Forge, or are we moving to another sector of the Expanse? So are we going in a circle, or are we going down deeper in?
Oh.
So we can get closer to Terminus, which is like the center of the Forge. The next closest is called the Outlands, the area. Right now we're in the Expanse. So do we continue to explore the Expanse, or do we move closer to the Outlands where there is more jungle control?
Oh yeah, we got a jungle. I think this. Oh okay. Because we do the ship. Let's say KB needs time to erase like data, like to erase data or block signals from the jungle to recognize their ship, like a tracking.
Right.
So I think we're gonna, if we go deeper in, it's like it's too soon and it's easier to spot.
Okay.
It's like we have a stolen car right now.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So we're gonna hightail out, still keep it out the range. So I think the good circle. We can just get out of the sector.
We are moving to a new sector of the Expanse. Looking for a new home world, because that's kind of been our goal all along. We are looking for a home world. Now we have a ship with weapons, and another ship holding people. We can probably learn how to use those freezing weapons.
Absolutely.
And we also have uniforms that we can pretend to be the jungle if somebody runs into us.
By the way, we did strip all those people, and I made sure to take the manager's uniform.
Okay,
please,
gotcha.
That needs to be so established.
This is very on brand for Nader.
And if possible, I would like a lot of the crew, because we pulled off this, I would like them to start putting like images of the whales on the inside of the shark.
We start drawing the whales on the inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a wonderful place to end the session. We started the session pretty sure we were going back to square one, and you just did an incredible coup d'etat. That was amazing.
We started off doing Dumb and Dumber, and then went straight to Taken, and that's what ended up happening.
Well, you wanted to know what movies it was you were doing today. Dumb and Dumber and Taken.
I mean, I'm happy to.
I think this is great. All right, so really, I think the only person left on our roster is Zakiya. I think Zakiya is the only one that has not gone yet. So next session, we will explore the continuing adventures of the Ironlanders with Zakiya, as they are now in space, now with 2 ships.
2 ships and weapons.
Well, Amanda, thank you for joining me. Hope you had some fun.
Thank you for bringing me on.
Yeah, for sure.
Fun. That was so fun.
We are going to bring our session to a close, but I wanted to remind everybody that we have a bunch of other shows, usually on Wednesdays. I think next Wednesday we will have Heroes You Should Know. Mondays always, so you can join Aaron as he plays through some video games. I think he may have finally finished that Half-Life game. Aaron, if you're in the chat, let us know if we're wrong about that.
Yeah, let us know, please.
But then we have, sometimes on Fridays we're doing one-shots, and then on Saturdays, or every other Saturday, we are doing our Orpheus campaign, which is going really well. 2 sessions in, we got another one coming up.
That was a good session.
It was a good session.
I was so happy with how my thing turned. I'm like, y'all got screwed, and I just went. That's where I was just like, okay.
The best decision you made was just to stay in your body for the session, you know, not to
say yes.
be a ghost. Yeah. Guys, if you like what we do here, remember we have a Patreon. You can also subscribe to us on Twitch. That's a lovely way to show your support. Thank you. We will see you next time on StarForged. Bye.